High reliability, non-explosive separation nuts and hold down and release mechanisms are used for dependable stowage and release of deployable space systems. Supplied in various formats, these devices are optimized for foolproof reliability with built-in mechanical and electrical redundancy. In these non-pyrotechnic HDRMs, the planned release of payloads is activated by a predetermined value of electrical current to a fuse wire system, which causes the wire to break under tension and allows a preloaded mechanical bolt to release. Non-pyrotechnic HDRMs are used for satellite payload fairing, antenna and solar array, and boom and mast deployments in space. This is a critical event in virtually every space mission, the majority of which include either the deployment of entire satellites or of solar arrays and other appendages after the launch stage is complete. Glenair HDRMs are non-pyrotechnic and utilize fuse wire-based technology. Electrical initiation is extremely low, as little as 1.5 amps, and the devices themselves have been scaled from light duty at 5 to 70 pounds release preload to heavy duty up to 20,000 pounds release preload. Various formats including pin pushers, pin pullers, and bolt actuators are used, depending on the type of anchor or enclosure used in deployment. The devices have been qualified for temperature ranges from -150 to +150 Celsius and are shielded to ensure electromagnetic compatibility. One of the most important features of all HDRMs is their ability to be quickly and easily refurbished following ground testing. As mentioned, there are various formats, depending on what is being released and how, but more importantly, what the effective weight of release preload required is to hold the object securely during all phases of launch. Obviously, a small form factor CubeSat could be secured with a much lighter preload than a larger communications satellite, given the relative vibration forces exerted on each object during launch. For this reason, HDRMs are classed according to light, medium, and heavy-duty preloads, suitable to withstand the effective weight of preload, taking into consideration vibration forces during launch. Separation nut HDRMs have a nut or bolt that is secured tightly to the deployable payload and held in a restrained condition within the mechanism. The application of current to an initiator triggers a wrapped fuse wire to break, initiating the release process. The mechanical action of the HDRM allows the release rod to extract smoothly from its housing, releasing the payload into space. Glenair pin pushers and pin pullers are low-shock mechanisms comprised of a spring-loaded pin, held in place using the same fusible wire-actuated technology found in our larger HDRMs. Once actuated, the restraining fuse wire breaks under tension, causing the pin to retract under the force of the drive spring. The effects from the release of any potential energy in the loaded spring during actuation are countered by a measured delivery system to limit the effects of shock to the payload. Devices of this type are commonly used in door release mechanisms, such as are employed in the release of CubeSats. Despite the technical excellence of the Glenair HDRMs, the company is still a relatively new supplier of mission-critical space mechanisms of this type. Space agencies and satellite launch providers are justifiably cautious when it comes to using unproven technology in space. The industry uses technical readiness levels, or TRLs, to define whether a particular technology has or has not been successfully employed in space. Glenair HDRMs have achieved flight heritage and are now marketed by the company with TRLs of 9. Glenair is pleased to offer both the North American and European space industry access to our innovative hold-down and release mechanism technologies. Glenair medium-duty HDRMs and pin pullers can ship to most customers without an export license, although select light and heavy-duty HDRMs typically do require one. Certain designs may also be manufactured by Glenair Space Systems in Salem, Germany. Consult the factory for complete information. Glenair has been making interconnect and wire harness shielding products since the dawn of manned spaceflight. Today we have created a vertically integrated space-grade component manufacturing, harness assembly, test, and integration operation. In building interconnect solutions for space as opposed to other disciplines, we follow different rules of engagement. Every crimp joint, for example, is photographed. Every shield junction measured and recorded. Every electromechanical device is 3D optical profilometer inspected. Nothing is left to chance. Everything is documented. These practices extend into every area of the operation, from our space-grade harness assembly group in Solem, Germany, to our HDRM development team in Glendale, California. Thanks for listening. Now we'd like to turn the presentation over to our colleague in the UK for a brief tour of the Glenair.com assets available on this Glenair signature technology.
So here we are on the Glenair.com homepage, a launchpad to a vast array of interconnect solutions. On this particular visit, we'll take a short downward scroll to allow you to select the space-grade connectors, cables and hold-down release mechanisms. A single click takes you through to the landing page, giving you access to detailed specifications and how to order information. As you can see, this page is full of space-grade interconnect solutions, but today we are interested in hold-down release mechanisms. So let's have a look at this ebook, which features a high-level datasheet giving a really nice overview of the series, and on the following page there's a selection guide of our pyrotechnic-free space mechanisms. Back to the landing page, and right at the very top we have some hot links to various space-related subjects which may be of interest, including a behind-the-scenes look at our Glenair manufacturing facility. Let's go back to the landing page again, and if we work that scroll wheel down we have a selection of videos and slideshow presentations which can be viewed at your leisure, and if we continue further down the page we reach the hold down release mechanism catalogue link. As you can see, you have the option of downloading the whole catalogue if you wish to do so. Now we can select pyrotechnic free hold down and release and pin pusher puller space mechanisms, which, trust me, is a lot easier to select than it is to say. Lots of in-depth information available here, including product briefs for every one of the catalogue versions, and of course keep in mind that custom configurations are possible as well. So that's the conclusion of our brief tour. Please contact the factory for additional assistance, and thanks again for your time and attention.